Welcome to Cord Cutting Today for January 26, 2023. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting and give you my opinion on them. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to find out more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to them on cordcuttersnews.com there so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. We're still on vacation. Thanks to everybody for your support as we continue to cover the world of cord cutting as we travel. But could you help me out? Could you help me let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends more of our content to other people, helping us grow, helping me support my family, and all of us here support our families? Could you just hit that subscribe button? Could you hit that thumbs up? It lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping us support our families. So with that said, hey, hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost cable TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. All right, let's start off today with a deal of the day. Amazon has a 42-inch Fire TV Edition Smart TV. This is a smart TV with a Fire TV built into it. 42 inches HD, $179.99. Perfect TV for a bedroom, office, wherever it may be with that. Now, it's not 4K, but honestly, at this price and at this size, I don't think that's a big problem with that. Especially, like I said, if you're looking for a kid's TV, you're looking for an office TV and more, check that out. Link in the show notes down below. All right, let's get into the big story of the day. This broke yesterday from Bloomberg that Sinclair sports networks, including Bally Sports, are reportedly preparing for bankruptcy. Not surprised here. They kind of had a perfect storm of things go against them. Now, Sinclair's Bally Sports used to be called Fox Regional Sports Networks. When Fox sold a few years ago to most of their content over to Disney, Disney, is part of getting federal regulatory approval, had to sell the regional sports. Now, the reason for that is very simple. They said that, hey, you have ESPN, your ABC sports deals, etc. Having Bally or Fox Regional Sports at the time networks would create a monopoly, unfair advantage, domination in the market, whatever you want to call it. So they agreed to sell them off to Sinclair. Pretty simple, straightforward. Sinclair rebranded them Bally, and then cord cutting exploded. And they were forced with facing a very big bill. They tried to raise the price of the regional sports networks, trying to hope that people would demand the regional sports network enough to justify it. Dish, Sling, YouTube TV, Hulu, the list goes on and on, all dropped the regional sports networks, saying, hey, this is one of the most expensive networks on TV right now. It's one of the least watched networks on TV. If you're not an NBA, MLB, or NHL fan, you probably don't want this. You probably think that's a lot of people. It is, but it's not as many people as you think out there. In the grand scheme of things, most people are not Major League Baseball fan enough to justify a $20 a month subscription to Bally Sports in order to watch it. So they faced a lot of small cable companies, satellite companies, and more dropping them from their network. And it's actually pretty hard for cord cutters to get this network. And now with about 50% of Americans no longer paying for traditional pay TV, you can understand why Bally Sports is struggling with this. Now, a lot of people were in the comments were mentioning, hey, they're going to shut down. I don't think they're shutting down. This is a reorganization. This is an attempt to offload debt. This is an attempt to let people know, hey, we are trying to reorganize, to cut payments. Now, according to reports from Bloomberg, they have about $585 million in cash. That sounds great, but they owe about $2 billion in fees to teams this year. In total, I believe they have something like $55 billion in media rights contracts. They just don't have enough cash to cover all the contracts. They're going to look to use this to renegotiate with Major League Baseball, NHL teams, and NBA teams probably to get a better deal to be able to afford this. Now, the problem they're facing a little bit is, especially with Major League Baseball, they want their rights back. They kind of want out of these contracts also. Major League Baseball has talked about streaming directly to the end consumer through their Major League Baseball app, MLB app. And they've even hired an executive to lead the effort to offer in-market, blackout-free streaming to Americans. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But Bally Sports is probably one of the first of, I think, many cable networks, content owners, and more that could be facing bankruptcy in the years to come. Keep an eye on this. This is not going away. The world is changing. The gravy train is over. There's so much competition because, Comcast, Paramount, Discovery. The list goes on and on. All these companies are now offering direct to consumers, which means you no longer need the middleman of a Bally Sports, etc. to get your content. All right, so let's keep moving. Speaking of cord-cutting growth, Comcast reported their fourth quarter 2022 numbers today, and they lost 440,000 paid TV customers, slightly better than they've done at other times of the year. But there's an interesting line here. They only added 4,000 broadband internet customers. For years and years and years, we always heard, oh, they'll make it up on the internet. They'll lose these TV customers, make it up on the internet. Not happening. They also lost 288,000 traditional landline voice customers, but added a ton, or 365,000 wireless customers. So it seems like Comcast is actually making up their money on the wireless, on your cell phone, rather than other areas. Peacock also doubled its subscribers to 20 million paid subscribers. We'll see how that all pans out in the future with everything. But clearly, things are not happening in the world of cable TV. Increasingly, companies are struggling to find subscribers. This idea that we'll get it through internet customers is just not happening, as many customers are going to T-Mobile home internet, Verizon home internet, Starlink. The options are growing. AT&T's fiber options are eating into Comcast, for example, just to name a few. Let me know. Did you drop Comcast recently? I have them for internet. I'm actually pretty happy with their internet. The quality of internet's happy. The price of it, not so much. All right, YouTube TV. Now, we announced this earlier that they had added some Scripps networks. Now we get an official statement from Scripps and an interesting line here. So they confirmed that they added the networks we talked about there, Scripps News, Bounce TV, Ion TV. But they also acquired the rights to, I'm going to read this, Grit TV, Ion Mystery, and Laugh TV, if YouTube TV would so choose to add it. From my understanding in contracts with this kind of thing, there's a clause that says, hey, YouTube TV, you have permission for X amount of money if you want to add these remaining 3 channels. Now, if you don't add them, you don't have to pay us extra. But if you add them, you have to pay us an extra amount of money. We'll see what YouTube TV does with that if they decide to ever actually add those. This also renews Court TV, so Court TV is also going to stay on YouTube TV. We'll keep a very close eye on this. See if they add these channels. I'm sure, it's always a balancing game, right? You add more channels, you have to pay out more money. Pay out more money means you probably need more money from you, the subscriber. Speaking of internet ads, AT&T added over 1.2 million fiber customers. This is the 5th straight year of over 1 million fiber customers added in a single year. And they track these numbers a little interesting, because when they're talking about adding announcement or adding areas, they talk about locations. And a location could be a home, a location could be a business, but that they intend to add, let's see here, 30 million fiber locations by the end of 2025. Now, what does that mean? An apartment building, how many people does that cover, for example? That's a little catch there. But what's happening here is AT&T has basically said DSL is dead, fiber is the future, and we want to wire the country with fiber. So we'll have to keep a very close eye on this. Very interested to see how that all plays out. But last year they announced that they added 30 million locations with AT&T fiber. So again, locations are kind of a generic, vague term. We'll have to see how that all plays out. But let me know, did you get fiber? I know fiber's coming down my street. I don't think I would go back to DSL, to be honest with you. I know they talk about how it's not a big problem, but I've had a lot of problems with bandwidth drops when I had DSL. That it would say we have this, and then it would just keep falling and falling and falling, much more so than I had with Comcast cable internet and Spectrum back when I had Spectrum. I don't know. You let me know. I never really bought into DSL was better than cable. I never bought into the direct line idea. All right, local BTV. Now that's a local channel. They are rolling out nationwide service out here. So local BTV, a lot of people wonder, how is that different from Locast? It streams local channels from over the air. The big difference here is the channels they're streaming, they have contracts with that allows them to go and actually stream this content. They also have some national content, but they're in a, let me bring up the exact number of markets here. They're now in 48 markets across the country that bring you a ton of those sub channels, a ton of the smaller channels out there. Now, they're not going to get you ABC, NBC, Fox, but these are a lot of channels that actually don't often make it to a cable net or to a streaming service like YouTube TV, Sling TV, Fubo TV, etc. It's a great free supplement. Now, they do have a paid service with like DVR and other options there if you so choose to get DVR, but you don't need it. Highly encourage you to check it out. I think it's a great service with a lot of potential in it. Well, there you go. There's our video for the day. I'm going to be working today and then going and enjoy the beautiful Florida weather. I thank you for your support. It was great chatting to everybody with the cord cutting Q&A live last night. I know it was a little bit last minute to actually do it. I appreciate your support. We'll be back with another video tomorrow, breaking down everything that would happen today in the world of cord cutting. Take care, everybody. Be safe. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.